This is something that is playing out in every neoliberal European country as well. You have center-right and center parties, neoliberal parties, liberal parties that are desperately trying to capture the attention of as many center-right and far-right voters as possible by leaning in the rightward direction. All that has done so far is basically galvanize the far right, basically legitimize the far right. It didn't happen on accident. It didn't happen out of fucking nowhere. It's a major miscalculation. History is repeating itself. This is the Nazi rise to power unfolding right in front of our eyes. Liberals did the exact same shit back then. The American Prospect wrote about exactly this. Capital won't love you back, Mr. President. Billionaire Chief of Staff Jeffrey Zients epitomizes a campaign that has been less than forceful about the rally of capital to Donald Trump's side.
Donald Trump held court before America's wealthiest CEOs last Thursday at a meeting of the Business Roundtable. Trump supposedly floated eliminating federal income taxes and replacing the revenue with tariffs, an awful idea that would make the rich much richer, the poor much poorer. To CEOs who have been outsourcing production for 40 years, super high taxes on imports probably didn't sound so great either. Back in 2021, the Business Roundtable denounced the January 6th insurrection. Today, many of its members have already endorsed Trump's campaign. As the Prospect's David Dayen wrote on Friday, concentrated wealth is unifying behind one candidate. From Wall Street to Silicon Valley to the oil patch, the forces of capital are falling in line behind America's homegrown fascist, who has only grown more unhinged, violent, and grievance-fueled since he descended that damn escalator nearly a decade ago. 69% of Trump's campaign cash comes from large donors. Republicans have received a staggering $508 million in direct campaign contributions and super PAC or party committee giving from the 100 families that have donated the most wealth in this campaign cycle, 3 times the $169 million these families have given to Democrats. In policy terms, big business is certain that Trump will slash their taxes even lower, deregulate their industries even further, attack unions even more harshly, and so on. Trump even described his demand of a $1 billion tithe from big oil as a deal for the destruction of U.S. environmental protections. Clearly, the billionaire class isn't so put off by Trump's social politics that they won't do everything they can to make him the most powerful man on earth. In fact, some of them positively love the bigotry. Joe Biden might see this as an electoral opportunity, especially given that his personal hero was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR's first re-election in 1936 was supposed to be a nail-biter, but turned into a landslide. Why? Millions of working-class Americans who'd never voted before turned out for Roosevelt because he welcomed the hatred of the ultra-wealthy economic royalists. In the words of an unnamed 1936 factory worker, Mr. Roosevelt is the only man we ever had in the White House who would understand that my boss is a son of a bitch. Would workers say the same of Joe Biden today? If not, why?
Anyway, the entire point is, this is basically saying exactly what I've been saying, which is that Biden doesn't even fucking hype up pro-labor legislation that they have advocated for before. They don't even have any fucking policies on the campaign website, which is insane. You hear nothing about the bills that Democrats have in the tank. You don't even hear about a plan to take Congress back in the first place. What issues Biden does engage on, he frames in exclusively negative terms. His ads on abortion, for example, feature rightful condemnation of Trump, but no actual promises to restore Roe v. Wade, much less make bodily autonomy a basic legal right in this country. He assures viewers that he will protect what's left of the right to choose, which is now a state-level issue in practice, so the White House can't do much anyway, but not that he will try to restore and expand anyone's rights through new national legislation or constitutional amendments. I follow politics more closely than people. As far as I can tell, the campaign's only clear promise is to stave off Trumpism for a few more years. While, because this is a little bit more libbed up of an article than my assessment of it, they're not just saying they're going to stave off Trumpism for a few more years. They're saying they're going to stave off Trumpism for a few more years while doing some of the Trump policies themselves. And that's very damaging. Now the Biden administration has had some genuine, even populist successes in the Zients era, but they've mostly come from independent agencies and their directors like Rohit Chopra at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Lena Khan at the Federal Trade Commission, Jennifer Abruzzo at the National Labor Relations Board. These are the GOATs. These are the agencies that will be destroyed as they were already reduced to basically nothing under the Trump administration. But why are you hearing this only from me? I don't even like Biden. I hate Biden. Biden is a genocidal freak. Why am I talking about his fucking dubs and he's not? Think about that. What the fuck are they doing?